Okay, y'all, this is Armchair Engineer 85. Today we are going to do my super low budget cost breakdown of my 2015 Skidoo XRS Renegade 800R build. I'm just gonna climb aboard here, get a nice comfy seat, and I'll show you what I mean by low budget. So what I did here was I did a cost breakdown of everything that I did basically to the sled, and I'm going to go through it right here. So the first little bit is I paid non-running for this sled $3,500. That's how much it cost me to buy it. Originally the fellow wanted $5,000 in January, and I kind of held out till July, and I ended up getting it for $3,500. When I tore it down, I found out it needed a new crankshaft. And it did need a new crankshaft, so it was $350 for a used crankshaft. I believe it had about five or 6,000 kilometers on it. It was in really great shape, and yeah. So I had to do a top end to it as well, and the top end kit number 3 there was $1,300 and 20 or $1,322 and 9 cents for the top end kit. Now I did get a $200 credit for the core charge. So it actually came to $1,122.09, which was a really good deal for that kit. It came with the monoblock, the pistons, the gaskets, just a really good deal, you know, a nice summer deal. I ended up having to spend an additional $107 on the bottom end gaskets and seals. I learned that I thought that gasket kit was a complete gasket kit, but it was just a top end kit. I'd never had that before. Anytime I've ever rebuilt a 2-stroke and bought the gasket kit, it came with everything. So I learned a lesson there, not a biggie. I spent $200 on the direct injector cleaning. That is a definite must. I would tell that. I mean, for $200, that's cheap, just to make sure, because one of the PTO side ended up almost like it was basically failed. So if I would have not done that, I might have ended up with another destroyed engine or another performing engine. The jack shaft bearing was very, very crunchy and rough, so it was $50. I swapped out the spark plugs for about $70. They're not cheap spark plugs. The plastic coolant manifold, it's got like 5 little nipples on it, and it had broken one of the nipples, not for me, so it was about $60 from BRP. The vacuum line collector, the same thing. It's got plastic nipples on it, 4 in total. One it broke, so it was $60. Once again, here we go. The gas tank had a broken plastic nipple on it, not for me. I bought it that way and I was aware of it. So I tried repairing it. I couldn't repair it, so I sourced out for $110 a used gas tank, and it came with the fuel pump and everything. So I just swapped over my fuel pump, and anyways, everything was good to go. So the total for this sled and the rebuild to have this thing good to go and running in tip-top condition was just under $6,000. It was $5,929, which obviously that is taking the $200 for the core away. So that is the official, at this time, the official price. I'm pretty happy about that, because when I bought the sled, I knew right off the bat it was going to need a top end. It just, you know, the guy had sent me pictures before I even saw it in person, so I knew it needed a top end. I had sourced it out, and I kind of ballparked the top end kit complete for about $1,500. Well, obviously I ended up getting that top end kit for less. But anytime you do a project like this, you always know that you're going to find other things. It's just the way it is. And that's why you have to really, really, really try and get this. If you're buying something non-running, a project, I don't care what it is, you have to try and get it for as low as you can, so that you can leave a buffer room for other expenses that you don't know about yet or unexpected. That's just the way it is. I know some people say, well, that's obvious. Obviously, you try and always get it for as low as you can. What I kind of mean by that is you got to really keep your emotions in check, and you got to do your homework and say, okay, listen, what is fair market value for this sled running? And, what is, if I get it for this, how much money do I have to play with to get it running? Like with the things that I know it needs. So I still have the crankshaft, the original crankshaft there that I'm hoping to sell to somebody for like a core if they want to rebuild the crankshaft and do it themselves. So I'm hoping to recoup a bit of money from there. Maybe I'll get like $100 to $200 for it. The other thing I'm hoping to recoup money from is the gas tank, the other gas tank. And it also comes with a fuel pump, and they're both great as well. So I'm hopefully going to get like, maybe I can get my money back, like $100 or so from that. So it'd be nice if I could basically recoup between the two another, say, $200 and $100. So that would further reduce this down there. When I bought this sled, I was hoping to get it going and running for about $5,000 to $5,500. That was kind of my goal. Well, obviously I went over a little bit, but I'm not too choked up about that because I did a lot of things that were the right things to do. Nothing was half-assed. There's no reliability issues. When I'm taking this out this winter, I'm not in the back of my head going, oh geez, I hope that holds. I hope that doesn't fail, because I really wish that, I don't want to get stuck out here. I've done everything and I'm very happy. And like I said, I might recoup a bit of money and get it even closer to that goal. So when you're doing a project like this, you want to basically figure out what the fair, like I said, the fair market value of the sled is. So after completing this project, I mean, you might as well right now call it about $6,000, just shy of $6,000. I had done this before the build, but after the build, I jumped on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji, and I typed in my exact sled. Like, I mean, the year, the model, even the color, the livery, everything, the McDo livery. So here's 4 sleds that were on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. So this one right here was for $7,500. It had 24,000 kilometers on the chassis, but it had a brand new factory installed, like right from Skidoo, and they installed it. I believe the gentleman said it had 700 kilometers on the odometer from the new build. So $1,500 more than what I capped out at, and over double the mileage on the chassis. There was a woman on there that was selling, it was kind of funny, but two. She had the exact same sled, the 2015 McDo livery, and she wanted, for a combined, she wasn't selling them separate, she wanted $22,500. So you do the math, you divide it by 2, you're $11,250, which is quite a bit. The mileage for them was about 8,000 around there. They were different. They didn't have the exact same, obviously, but pretty high, for that. And the last one on there was $8,500, and it had 7,500 kilometers. So I managed, like I said, to find 4. So obviously you can see here that I am well below what the average market value. Even if I went down here and took the lowest, I mean, I'm $1,500 below that, which is what you want to do. And it basically, that buffer room is, it kind of pays for your time. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing it a lot. But at the end of the day, you kind of like to come out going, well, I can justify doing it because I saved a bunch of money that if I went out and I just bought one outright. Plus, I know this sled front to back now, which is great if I ever have to do any work or if I run into a problem. And I know what's been replaced, and I can sleep easy at night knowing that that there's been no stones left unturned. But at the end of the day, say if something did catastrophic happen or whatever, if I was able to come out and get the lowest fair market value, so say $700 or $7,500, that, okay, well, I didn't overpay for this. So it's kind of one of the things of a project that a lot of people don't stop to consider, and it's kind of the fun part of it, because you kind of play with the numbers a bit, and it's almost like gambling in a way, but you kind of take calculated risks. So anyways, like I said, I just wanted to get this out there, because if anybody is looking to do this, these are just some things that I want you guys to consider. What I'm going to do in my next video is I'm going to have a tips and tricks. I'm really going to go into detail on if you want to build sleds like this and save save some money, and lessons that I've learned, because I've done 2 now, and I just sold my 600 SDI, and I'll talk about that in the next video, and just how you guys can save a little money, and you can make snowmobiling a little more affordable, and how you can do the job yourself and basically have a built-in reliability factor to that. Anyways, so that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for following along. Armchair Engineer 85. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.